So let me just say, while it's still in the season, I don't know when this is gonna go up, but if it's still in the season, go to Starbucks and get a pumpkin spice frappe. They're really good. Anyway, hi, SDZ Gamer here. We're here to continue on the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Let's play thing, voice, whatever. I don't know what this is really called because it's not. Whatever. I'm done. This frap is just really good, guys. Okay. Where do we leave off? Right. We are starting up chapter 2, and I believe Espella was just accused of being a witch, and Ace Baker Phoenix Wright has been called to be her lawyer thing in this medieval place. Let's just continue, and you'll get what I mean. I don't think there should be a last time since I finished the chapter. Or just go right to the cutscene. Yep.
We don't want no fuss and we don't want to hurt you, alright?
Yeah, we just want your money, that's all.
And you'll give it to us, won't you, without any fuss?
Economize!
And now you guys know how the cutscenes all started in Dual Destinies. Before a trial. Anyway, chapter 2. The Fire Witch. Let's go. Boy, this is gonna be fun because we have American accent and British accent going on at the same time. What is this place? The room is lit, but it's still somehow dark. The atmosphere feels heavy. Nick! What are we doing in a place like this? How should I know? We're just a couple of bakers. But I don't think they brought us here to make bread. Yikes. Is it me or is that guard staring daggers at us right now? Mr. Wright! This must be I'm gonna pretend it's Espella. Maya! Yay! I guessed right. Espella! What exactly is going on?
I'm sorry. I was the one who sent for you both.
You sent for us?
I'm being put on trial.
Wait, what? What happened?
I don't know. I just don't understand what's going on. I didn't do anything wrong. I couldn't possibly murdered anyone.
Murder?
I beg you, Mr. Wright, please, I need your help. Just one more time.
Huh? You need my help? What could I possibly do? Espella, I'm just a baker. The only thing I know about law is how not to get on the wrong side of it. Wait, hold on a sec. Espella? What did you just say? You said you needed Nick's help just one more time? One more time?
I'm not quite sure myself, but when the knights came and took me, a vision suddenly appeared in my mind. It was Mr. Wright. He was fighting for me, defending me. That brave blue figure. It was clear as day.
I was fighting for you? No way, that's impossible. I mean, it's like I already said. I'm just a baker. I have hard enough time rolling dough, let alone defending someone in court.
I thought the same thing too, at first, but I don't think that's quite true. You and Maya, at some time, somewhere, you helped me. You fought for me as a defender.
A defender? What's wrong, Nick? I wish I knew, Maya, but hearing Espella mention a defender, I can't help but feel something inside of me just burning at the mention of it. Accused! Defender! It is time. Head forth, you two. Head forth? Where are we going exactly? To the courtroom in which today's trial will be taking place. The Chamber of Fire. Chamber of Fire? Make haste! If you are but a moment late, a guilty verdict will be delivered immediately. What? No way! Oh, why is my nose all sniffly today? I think I have sinuses or something. Ugh.
Mr. Wright. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Wright. I know this is all so sudden. It's a lost cause, isn't it?
Well then, let's head inside, Espella.
Huh?
This overwhelming pressure, it feels so familiar somehow. Almost like deja vu.
Mr. Wright!
Let's go, Maya. Maybe we'll get a better idea once the trial gets underway. Alright, let's do it! Let's do it to it, Nick? Is that English? I don't even know. Okay, well, let me see if I can praise this. Let's do it to it, Nick! I'm sorry, what? I think there's another cutscene.
What is this heat? It's like an oven in here.
I will now pronounce the verdict. This court finds the accused guilty of being a witch.
I'm not a witch! Please, I beg you to reconsider! I'm not...
Witches are to be cast straight into the hellfire!
What?
No!
So, this is the witch's court.
That is the most visually violent thing I've seen in an Ace Attorney kind of setting game thing. Wow. So, how are you feeling, Nick? I'd forgotten what this felt like up until now. Huh? The butterflies in my stomach, and tension so thick you could slice it with a knife. All of these feelings. These are all feelings that I'm definitely familiar with. Anyway, we're here to fight for Espella and get her out of this place. That's right!
The court is now in session for the trial of Espella Cantabella. Defender,
Yes, Your Honor?
yours is a face I've not seen in any past trials. But no matter. Start by stating your name, Defender.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Phoenix Wright, Ace Baker.
Okay, an Ace Baker, yo.
A baker?
I asked him to come, my lord. I want him to represent me. This court dictates that the accused is free to assign a defender of their choosing, my lord.
Very well. At any rate, the result of this trial shall not change. That aside, I've not yet seen hide nor hair of the Inquisitor assigned to this trial.
Inquisitor? Oh, right. I should have noticed earlier. No one's there.
I also like how the judge has already decided, yeah, we're gonna burn this witch, so don't even worry about a defender.
Should the assigned Inquisitor fail to appear in court, I will have no choice but to dismiss all charges.
Wouldn't that make our job so much easier right now?
He is an Inquisitor of high caliber, but if he does not come forward soon, this trial will end, and victory will then be declared in favor of this baker.
Hold it!
Cutscene! Pretty boy.
Knights of the court, I have but one question for you both. Are you prepared to cross swords?
I, Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, am indeed prepared to do battle, my lord.
I quite like his voice too. Wright's just like,
Something amiss, Baker?
Sorry, Your Honor. I just didn't realize we could have swords here in the courtroom.
It is the way of the court knight. A knight must always ensure that he rides with a blade at his side. Now then, state your name, Sir Blue Knight.
Sir Blue Baker. Clearly he needed to bring a baguette against his sword or something.
Huh? My name's Phoenix Wright. I'm a baker. How many times will they make me say it?
A baker?
Nick, quit with the long face. You look miserable.
No need to waste your breath. This trial will be over before you can utter a single objection.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Even though you're quite hot, Barnum.
For the security of all of Labyrinthia, my blade shall rend your defenses swiftly and without mercy.
That's it, Barnum! Put another one out of their misery! This trial is pointless. Hand down the verdict already. Put that doughy defender on that trial too, I say. Oh boy, what's with all this excitement? You hardly think this was a courtroom. It's not, it's a circus! The crowd doesn't seem very interested in law, that's for sure. It's like they're all just hoping for a guilty verdict. Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin with your opening statement. As you wish, my lord. First, let us begin by recurring the events leading up to the murder. Is that acceptable, Sir Apprentice Baker? As you wish. The murder occurred this very evening. Yesterday there was heavy rainfall in the area. Eventually it gave way to sunshine, which came just in time for today's parade. Although a few hours after the parade ended, the rain set in once more. That must have been when Espella and the others were at the Great Archive. It continued to rain until just before the incident, which took place on a small path leading to the market. The accused had been out doing some shopping at the market. She returned home on that very same path. And on that forest path, two rogues named Robs and Muggs are said to have accosted the accused. One could assume the accused simply acted in self-defense. I see. Robs and Muggs. Those two have appeared in court a number of times in the past. Two rogues, huh? So far, it may appear that the accused was more the victim. However, the situation soon changed. That's right, the accused, Espella Cantabella, knowingly and mercilessly murdered her two assailants. Cantabella? That girl, isn't she? Isn't she? I always knew she looked suspicious. Shh, not so loud. Yikes, there's that weird excitement again. I believe we now fully grasp what happened. It is getting late already. Let us begin the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may now begin. As you wish, my lord. The Inquisition will now hear eyewitness testimony regarding the night of the murder. Eyewitness testimony, huh? Looks like this trial is finally getting underway. I can't back down now. I have to fight. But I'm just a simple bread-making baker, living a simple bread-making life. Ugh, this situation is more twisted than a pretzel, and I'm smacked in the middle of it. But I have to do this to save Espella. Okay, let's see if I can untwist this testimony and put this thing to bed. Testimony, you say? Testimony? Oh, okay. Allow me to welcome you all. Now, would each of you please state your name and occupation?
Hold it!
Hold it indeed! What the heck? Wait a minute! What's going on here? As I already explained, Sir Apprentice Baker, this is the eyewitness testimony. Yes, I understand that, but there are 4 witnesses. Indeed, this many people inside the courtroom could pose a health and safety issue. Your Honor, that's, not quite what I meant. Witness testimonies are supposed to be done one by one, as in, one witness at a time.
What are you talking about, child? We'd be here all night if we did that!
That's right, young man. We have witnessed the very hand of fate reached out to us this evening.
Could we hurry this along, perhaps? These flowers won't sell themselves as much as my boss wishes they would.
The path to knighthood is an arduous one, but I remain steadfast in my resolve as I travel down this long road. I shall not falter. I will be victorious. With his rubber band sword. Who cares? Just question them all at once. We already know the girl in the cage did it. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, finish this already. I'd like to go home and get to bed.
Oh god, this audience. Witness, again, state your names and occupation. I am known as Wordsmith. But what is a name? How doth one describe an occupation? Like the bubbling of a babbling brook. I flow gracefully around the rocks and debris that is life, nary a worry in my mind. Right, so I guess that means he's jobless.
My name is Mary, and this darling kid is Snowy. Snowy and I often travel to the edge of town to sell delicious fresh milk. Milk like that doesn't happen overnight. I work my hands to the bone, squeezing each drop out, literally.
That sounds pretty frightening.
I'm Kira. I'm a flower seller. If you would all be so kind, feel free to purchase one of my beautiful flowers at any time during the trial. There's no way I'll sell them all by morning. Oh, the life of a flower girl is so hard.
Yeesh, talk about a hard sell. My name is Knightley. I aim to join our town's order of knights. I study night and day, though I'm still but a mere squire. Joining the Knights of the Inquisition is my life's ambition, and I, Knightley, will do whatever necessary to join. So he's jobless too. Honorable witnesses, I ask that you show this court your best when delivering your testimony. Now, tell us what exactly you all saw on this ill-fated eve. Oh, God. Why? To be fair, I quite like the concept, but the other thing the only problem with it is that the witnesses in this game are a lot stupider than they are in the original Ace Attorney game. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated the air, and a soft light shone faintly in the distance. What does that have to do with anything?
Muggs grabbed the girl by the arm. It looked like he almost pushed her to the ground. I heard a faint voice cry out. The next moment, those 2 villainous men burst into flames.
There was not a trace of fire to be seen in the area. Without a doubt, magic must have been used. Okay. Magic? So, Apprentice Baker, you may now begin your interrogation. I have but one piece of advice. I suggest you pay it heed. Do not waste the court's time by grilling these witnesses over irrelevant nonsense, Sir Apprentice Baker.
Are you alright, Nick? They sure love calling you an Apprentice Baker, huh?
I'll be honest with you, Maya. I have no idea how I'm feeling right now, but I know it's all up to me, as her defender, as Espella's fate is in my hands. I have to believe in her, and I need to start believing in myself. I can do this. I believe Espella is innocent, and I'll fight until the end to prove it.
Yeah, that's right. We can do this thing, Nick.
Alright, surprisingly enough, we do press on Wordsmith, even though his entire statement is dumb.
Hold it!
What time would that be exactly?
Dinner time! When else would the scent of dinner be in the air, if not dinner time? Do you see?
Not so much. The sun had already set by that time. That should be adequate. The sun had already set. So you clearly witnessed what happened tonight, is that correct?
I have been dubbed a witness, thus I must have witnessed something. Do you see?
In that case, how much light was there in the immediate area at that time?
Enough to see the nose on my face, but not enough to see the trees ahead. Do you see?
No. That doesn't add up. If the area was completely dark, then you couldn't possibly have witnessed anything. Do you see?
Nevertheless, something caught my eye. It was a most ominous sight. Ominous is what that sight was.
Oh, God. Okay, I get it. It was ominous.
Objection!
Poor form, Sir Apprentice Baker. I hate to disappoint you, but there was in fact light in the area. Huh? Take a look at this. This is a drawing of the crime scene based on the witness's accounts, as penned by the court illustrator. The court illustrator? I've never heard of that before. Look carefully. This shows what the scene looked like at the time of the murder.
An illustration of the highest quality, as always.
Now then, we have established that by the time the murder occurred, the sun had already set. And so, naturally, the defendant was carrying a firelit lantern, as we can see. A lantern?
Eureka, indeed! Yes, that is what I was saying earlier.
No, you weren't.
There was a lantern, I say.
Oh, please, you totally forgot. To be honest, I did not imagine it would be necessary to present this, but... Milord, here is the lantern in question. This is what was responsible for the light illuminating the area.
Very well, the court accepts this into evidence. Speaking of which, Inquisitor Barnum, in this drawing, the accused seems to be holding a milk bucket of sorts. What became of this?
That is a strange case indeed, my lord. That bucket seemingly disappeared from the murder scene. The milk bucket disappeared, you say? There has been talk of wolves living in the nearby forest. It is thought that they often make off with the items they find on the ground. Great. Wolves that steal your stuff. Remind me to never set foot in the forest.
This is great, Nick. We've got new evidence now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, Nick, you really don't look like just some normal run-of-the-mill baker. I'd say you're more like a somewhat articulate run-of-the-mill baker. I think you might even have a knack for being a defender. There's a clear contradiction somewhere in this testimony, and I'm going to find it. Yes, it is actually at the very end. Goodbye, Mary. Goodbye, Kira. You! Magic must have been used, but there was fire, silly!
Objection!
What is the matter, defender?
Mr. Wright, you remember? What is this feeling? I just felt the urge to shout out, right from the bottom of my lungs, while pointing my finger. Objection. I can't help but feel that's a word I've used quite a bit in the past. That's it! I remember now! I remember everything! The Legal League of Attorneys exchange, Espella's trial, and then that strange book! This feeling! I feel like I can take on the world! Witness! What's with the sudden pointing? I am a soon-to-be member of the Honorable Knights of the Inquisition. I accept your challenge. Have at you! By the way, did you notice the ejection music changed? It's so epic, so orchestrated. You say that no fire was present at the scene of the crime, meaning the defendant must have used magic. Unfortunately for you, that is not the case. What do you mean, Sir Apprentice Baker? What I mean is that the defendant was, in fact, carrying a lantern containing fire. Those two rogues were actually burned by the flame that was inside that lantern. That is the only logical explanation. My, what a startling conclusion you've come to, Sir Apprentice Baker. What do you mean? The only logical explanation? Do you agree with this statement, honorable witnesses? It is presumptuous for a man that knows nothing to claim that he knows something about which he really knows nothing. Huh? Besides, how could one teeny tiny flame be strong enough to set them both ablaze like that? There were two of them. How could that flame engulf them so fast? Ah. Furthermore, if they did burn as you claim they did, do you mean to suggest they were soaked in oil or something? Oh. Well, Sir Blue Knight, it would seem you have bitten off more than you can chew. Ah! I definitely didn't see that coming. What say you, my lord? Do you have any thoughts on the proceeding thus far? Given the testimony as we have heard it, this court has come to its conclusion. 'Twas a truly gruesome and merciless act, an act for which only one thing could be held responsible. The nefarious crime of magic. Whoa, that's a really quick short trial. God damn it. Wait just a second. Is there something you have forgotten to mention, Defender? Not exactly, Your Honor. It's just that, I mean, you just said magic. That can't be right, can it? What are you suggesting, Sir Apprentice Baker? Witches use magic, which in turn brings about disaster. Such is the way of this world, is it not? Well, yeah. That may seem to be the case, but no way is that actually possible. This court finds Espella Cantabella the accused, charged with being a witch. Espella? A witch? A witch's existence in this world is a crime in itself. The ability to use and control magic is a criminal offense indeed. As such, any witch found practicing magic will be sentenced to death by fire. No, you're wrong. I'm not a witch. Sir Apprentice Baker, I do not envy your current predicament. My lord, hand down your guilty verdict against this witch immediately.
Objection!
How about no? But there's no evidence to prove that any magic was really used. But a socketed bread boy, we all heard her cast the spell. Huh? That's right! Snowy and I heard it! Isn't that right, Precious? We heard that incantation quite clearly! What frightening voice! There's no mistaking it, it was Espella's voice! Ah. Those ears do not lie! I clearly heard an incantation, most sinister! Ignaze it went! Incantation? Ignaze? It's no good! I just can't wrap my head around this topsy-turvy, otherworldly court. Me either. Well then, it would seem the defense has no further objections. It appears so. The court finds the use of magic at the time of the murder to be an undeniable fact. Furthermore, the honorable witnesses have stated that they each heard an incantation being recited. The court finds no reason to delay its verdict any longer. Nick, we have to do something! I know, but what exactly can we say? Here, in this world, our sense of logic is completely useless.
This court is ready to hand down its verdict for the case of Espella Cantabella.
Hold it.
Oh, snap! Perfect timing at 30 minutes!
Your Honor, I request that the court hold its verdict a moment longer.
We're gonna have to hold it even longer because we hit 30 minutes, like I said, and I'm out of pumpkin spice cries. But anyway, Layton has showed up. Maybe things will turn around now that the professor is here. We'll find out in the next video. And if you guys like what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, and leave comments or offer suggestions on what I'm doing. See you guys later!